the Self, going over the astrological energy forecast for June 12th to the 18th. So June 13th, we will have a moon in Taurus as well as Venus will be in Cancer. This is going to provide us with an intuitive focus on the practical side of things, as well as to keep a slow but steady pace in accomplishing these goals that we've been working towards. Okay, this will be an auspicious day for creativity, as well as bringing those ideas into expression, like through some kind of art, by writing, journaling, painting, drawing, what have you, as it'll be a favorable day for networking and collaboration and to bring those ideas into expression. June 14th, the moon will be in conjunction with Jupiter. We will have luck and opportunities for expansion, so follow your intuition, follow where it may lead, as this will bring about an expansion to whatever you're trying, whatever your passion, your focus has been on lately. Remember to share your wealth and knowledge with others, as that is how you keep the abundance wheel turning in your favor, to keep those abundances coming when you need them. June 15th, the Mercury will square Saturn and the moon will be in Gemini. You may be feeling some anxiety as our expectations for the outcome or result of whatever we've been working on might not be as what we were expecting, and it might make us feel a little anxious. Listen to your intuition as a message will be revealed. Pay attention to ideas stemming from conversation. So whatever has sparked your curiosity when you're having a conversation with another, follow where those ideas go. Look further into it, as that is where you are needed to focus. June 16th, the moon will be in conjunction with Mercury. So more intuitive messages that will reveal ideas to further pursue. So it seems like the theme of this week is going to be ideas are going to be presented to you. Ideas that you are to follow, and you are to follow them in a creative means. This will be a great time for you to bring them into reality, to be able to express your passions with others. Like I said, so with Mercury here, it's going to be a good day for writing, speaking, meetings, of sharing of these ideas that you've been working towards. June 17th, this is when Saturn goes retrograde, and it will be in retrograde in Pisces until November 4th, as well as we will have a new moon in Gemini and Mercury sextile Venus. So we're going to be coming to a period of rest with the station with this Saturn retrograde, in order for us to absorb the experiences that we've been going through the Pluto retrograde, as well as through the eclipse energies. And so no new lessons will be presented at this time, because we are meant to absorb and decipher the lessons from all of these cosmic energies in order to incorporate them into our lives and to create those changes that we need. Pay attention to thoughts during conversations with others. Again, this is a week where sharing ideas with others is going to do the spiral to the self. It's going to link you to others who are on the same journey and path as you, and you guys are going to play that part for each other, where you are giving each other ideas. You're giving each other the avenues of how to get further along on your path and whatever this milestone that you're working on. Pay attention to your thoughts during conversations with others. As I said, you're going to have a spark of curiosity, an idea to pursue. This is going to be a time of the balance of the ego and the soul, because you need both in order to navigate life harmoniously. Communication and relationships are favorable for harmonious outcomes. And this energy is going to go further into on June 18th, because the moon will be in Cancer and the sun will square Neptune. So with this communication and relationships, we're going to have an even deeper focus on areas to bring more healing to the home. And the way you do that is acts of unconditional love. So how can you bring more compassion to the situation? How can you do something unconditionally to show your support and to facilitate that harmonious environment that you're working towards? However, just know on June 18th, you may feel a little sluggish or disoriented, like you're not going anywhere fast to get these goals accomplished. So just keep grounded, and like I said, do some acts of unconditional love. share, give to others, because that is the way you higher your vibration and you can bring about more abundances and more of those experiences that you're wanting. Okay, so the chakra that we most impacted this week is the crown chakra, the seventh chakra. And the crown chakra is our psychic center for higher knowing, being able to receive messages and energy from the divine, as all is one with this chakra. It is connected to the pineal gland and cerebral cortex. The pineal gland regulates an amino acid used to produce hormones that regulate sleep, appetite, emotions, consciousness, and mystical and psychic experiences. This is the energy currents are taken into the body through a stream through the crown chakra, and it receives spiritual energies and guidance necessary to activate our purpose. The yang function of this chakra is the ability to live our divine identity by expressing our purpose, and the yin's function gives us the ability to take in energies essential to feeding our spiritual nature. So remember, this week the themes are sharing of ideas and creativity and following your intuition, because you're going to receive a message. That is why the crown chakra is going to be impacted. So pay attention. It provides the means for understanding our path and purpose. It is the source of prophecy, where we are able to decipher messages from the divine. And if this chakra is out of alignment, you can have physiological manifestations such as immune system disorders, all problems stemming from the pineal gland, lack of direction, headache, dizziness, lightheadedness, and addictions include overcommitment to something, so being overly religious or being over or under eating, something of that nature. And if you need to get some kind of balance, you need to ground, as well as practice some meditative breathing to get yourself to be in a sense of calm, so you can get the juices for your higher self to be able to speak to you, or to be able to be still enough to hear the voices of the divine. And I'm not talking about schizophrenic voices, I'm just talking about the voices from the divine. You'll get pictures, images, divine synchronicity. I know in the past couple weeks have been very prevalent lately. Just they're everywhere, so pay attention to angel numbers like 333, 555. If something crazy happens to you, look at the time on the clock and look up the angel number for that and see if it coincides with what you're going through at the moment. It might be what the spiritual guidance you need at that moment to be able to further yourself along on whatever it is you're doing. It might be what you needed to hear. Pay attention to animals around you, like deers, crow, ravens, butterflies, cardinals. Pay attention to that, because each animal and spirituality means something, and the divine is coming up with ways to get us those messages. And this week we're going to get them through other people, other things. So pay attention to the divine synchronicities. Pay attention to the times. You're seeing 11:11 pop up everywhere, or 12:12, things of that nature. Write it down, look it up. Pay attention to the conversations you're having with other people, and if there's any curiosity that's sparked towards anything in there. I know when I here recently, say yesterday, when I heard a message for me through one of the channels that I use to get my own spiritual guidance, it was right there, and it was what I need to know. It was like a little anecdote for my how-to, and I mean, you never know what kind of information is going to be revealed to you, but just know that a message is going to be revealed to you, probably several messages. I mean, the possibility of that is endless, just because every day it seems like there's an intuitive focus, especially with this new moon. And new moons bring about new beginnings. It's where you plant the seeds to come into fruition at the full moon for it to bloom. And it's just a good time to absorb the experiences that you've had and to learn the lesson, and then figure out how you can incorporate that lesson into your life, or how you can make sure you don't repeat that lesson again. So just pay attention to yourself, keep yourself grounded. Don't be upset with yourself if it seems like time's getting away from you and you have all these things you need to do, but you just feel like you're not getting anything done fast. be patient with yourself, be compassionate with yourself. You are, you've undergone an exponential amount of growth in a short amount of time. You've had to higher your vibrations, which means you've had to go through the growth, you've had to do the work. And now we're, with this Saturn retrograde, we're being provided with that period of rest, just to be able to absorb and to really appreciate where we are in our journey, because who you are now is not who you were a couple of months ago, or a year ago, or 5 years ago. You're a different person. An interview with Donna the Silver Wolf for the book, The Princess and Her Inner Voice. This is a modern fairy tale designated for 9 to 13-year-olds. Literally anybody can read it, though. It mentions the Morrigan and Yu, who is the Chinese god equivalent to the Celtic god Lu. They share similar properties and such, and like I said, similar names. Check out my other YouTube videos if you want to go into how gods from different spiritualities and regions from all over the world have kind of the same themes. It seems like they're talking about the same kind of spiritual guide of some kind, or some kind of spirit or deity. They're all talking about the same thing. So look into that. But yeah, this book is focused on following your intuition and to overcome challenges and to remain resilient no matter what happens to you. And it presents modern themes that we go through, like if you're going through if you have a toxic family and you've had to separate yourself from that, it goes into that. It goes into rape. Doesn't mention it, but it mentions the psychological effects of having someone violate you like that. But obviously in a way that would be appropriate for a child to hear, as well as to where it wouldn't traumatize them. It just plants a seed, so that way if they ever are put into a situation that's leading up to some kind of domestic violence or abuse, it will raise that red flag a lot sooner rather than later, and hopefully they will have what they need to get out of the situation. But it also goes into single parenthood, and how it's not the end of the world, and how everyone, every child, not just women, but I specifically had in mind when I wrote this for women to be more resilient and to be financially independent before they get with their Prince Charming at the end. They need to be whole, have their mind, have their inner voice strong before they ever get with a partner. Okay? And you can find more updates about the book. You can purchase it on my website, www.aspiraltotheself.com. More on that, please check out my YouTube videos. It's got the trailer for it as well as the interview. I will have a book signing at the Silver Wolf on July 8th, which is the week of independence because of July 4th. So what better way to celebrate the independence of our country and the founding fathers who followed their own intuition, said, hey, this isn't right over here, and they came to another country and created the values that we all at least benefit somewhat from. So what better way to celebrate freedom and following your gut and everything than listening to a children's story about a girl who follows her gut, who follows her intuition, overcomes challenges, overcomes oppression of different variations, and in order to pursue a better life. That's the American dream. You go through several challenges or multitudes of challenges to get this American dream that we have, this better life that we want. So that's what this is. So I will be at the Silver Wolf July 8th. I will do a live recorded reading of the book, where you get to hear me read it in all my flair and nonsense, as if I were telling it to you, because the story is written in bard format, which means it's very flowy, kind of sing-songy. It's meant to be told versus just read. So when you read it, it's going to sound like someone's reading it to you. So I'll be doing that. It's going to be a kid-focused event. Like, I will be giving out some things. I'll have some coloring pages for them to have something to do while they listen, because little kids can be a little anxious and antsy. But look more forward to that. So please just stay tuned to my business page, A Spiral to the Self. So later, guys. Bye.